hi. How are you?
Hi, Jack. Yeah, great. How are you?
Yeah, look, I'm good. If you're a Carlton supporter, ring in 133693. I was just telling our listeners, Lloydy, that I've got this mate in Singapore and he's got this one weekend away from his children. He lives over there. And they're on the island of Koh Samui. They've got their pina coladas. They're having a lovely time. He's locked in his bedroom away from his gorgeous wife, texting us all devastated he's not at Marvel Stadium and booking tickets. So if you're a Carlton supporter, you can ring in about Josh Fraser. Where are we at?
Oh, they were amazing. I was fortunate enough to do the game for 3AW and turned up thinking Brisbane would win by about 6 goals. That's what I expected. And then even when Carlton got 2 or 3 in front, you thought, oh, Brisbane will come good eventually. But they were just far too good. They were better in every department. It was just a great game of football. So now Josh Fraser's got them 9 wins and 2 losses off the back of a 1 win and 8 loss start. So they are playing as well. Fremantle are the benchmark, but they are, they're in the next. Since the Fraser time, Fremantle are 9-2, Carlton are 9-2, and everyone else is underneath that. So he's gone as well as any coach and team in the comp since he took over. Was that a top 4 team performance? Well, I walked away saying, they would challenge anybody right now. So they've got St Kilda on Sunday, another winnable game. Then they finish with Fremantle here at Marvel Stadium. That's going to be amazing. So that might be the game that, it decides whether they make it or not. Just be whether teams rest players in the last game. Carlton can't afford to rest any, but Fremantle may want to. So the AFL's kind of skirting around the edges there. If our listeners have missed this, so the AFL's kind of saying, don't be doing that, right? Is it the AFL's business, though, if a team wants to rest a player to get them fresh for the finals? And I'm not sure what they do. It'll just be maybe a big fine, but it's sort of in a situation like for Collingwood. So for those teams ranked 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10, so Collingwood may have locked their spot away with the last game, so they may as well rest. And it's going to be hard to win 5 in a row to win a premiership. So they're saying, well, you may as well have a rest that last game because you've got to play 5 weeks in a row to try and win the premiership. So that's what the AFL is going to be dealing with. And if you can't change ladder positions, you may as well rest a few to try and go on and win this premiership. How much should Josh Fraser get paid if he wanted? Because he hasn't really even said yet that he's going to really put his hand up, right? He's still considering his options. I'll be staggered if he's not. So I reckon he'll put his hand up this week to say that he's part of it and go up. But don't know if he needs to bother interviewing because he's interviewing every Saturday, every weekend with what he's doing. What would you pay him? Well, I think Josh, in terms of the highest paid coaches, might get $1.4 million. So that's like a Chris Scott, Chris Fagan. Alistair Clarkson, those guys, Hardwick have won premise, but it's not about with him. He'd just take the opportunity. I suppose the lower end coaches would be $700,000 or $800,000, but Fraser would just be about getting that opportunity. I think maybe at the start of this, they thought, we need to get another coach in, but he's making it very difficult. I also didn't get sucked into Josh Fraser because you don't want to get caught in the honeymoon sugar hit. Are you sucked in now? I am. I've gone past that because it's been so long, Jacqui. It's been 3 months, and they are playing such a good brand of football. The players are getting better under him. They've also got a great list, right? And the way that he's motivated all of those players that under Michael Voss, some of them weren't even playing. Yeah, that's right. George Hewitt was one of them who was probably best on ground along with the young Jagger Smith on the weekend. So I think it makes it very, very hard for the next coach that comes in if they don't go his way because they're going to be under massive pressure. I was with Rory Sloane over the weekend. He made the point that they had Voss's game plan. Now they've got Fraser's game plan. And if you don't go with Fraser, they're pretty much starting all over again with the next coach's game plan. So they may go backwards with a new coach because he's going to try and instill what he wants. So they've got a lot to weigh up. And before we get to calls, and if you're a Carlton supporter, jump on the line. There are lots of you there waiting. But how much of this is culture that Josh Fraser has changed as well as game plan and skill? There's no doubt the environment was a tense one. They were playing tight. When they got in front, they tried to hold on to leads, whereas Josh Fraser said, we're up by 4 goals. We're going to win by 8 goals, whereas Michael Voss's seemed to play pretty safe. Cripps wasn't doing too much. Now he's playing amazing football. Yeah. He brought some kids in who are playing really good football when they weren't under Voss. So, it's been a transformation. All right, let's get to your calls. Marianne, hello.
Oh, hi. I'm just wondering if the experience of Graham Wright and Chris Davies has seen them fit to get Josh Fraser as the interim coach, because I know there were a few sideway looks, but they knew the integrity of the man and how he goes about his work, and that he wouldn't put his hand up for the coach unless. And now he's done so well, I'm just wondering if it was their plan all along.
Oh, no, I think he's just played it smart, Josh Fraser, hasn't he?
Yeah, I think the club and Josh have played it smart. Like, you don't want to throw your hat in too early. You want to protect yourself and you want to protect the club. You want, like, all candidates to want to go for it. They might not if Josh Fraser's, like, a little bit like the James Hurd situation.
Which we will get to.
Yes, which we'll get to. So, no, I think both parties have played it smart. But I deep down felt that it was never going to be Josh's job, and they would have thought we were going to go to an outside person to come in, like Corey Enright, James Kelly. Trying to think of the other.
And as those guys,
Jamie
do you
Graham.
actually want to throw your hat in the ring now? Because I wouldn't.
Yeah, I'm sure they still will, because they're hard to get these opportunities, and they'll see how well Carlton are playing and what they've got there. But again, the pressure's going to be ramped right up on them from day one next year. You normally get a honeymoon period, but you won't because of how well Josh Fraser's had this team playing.
Ahmed, hello.
Yeah, hi, Jacqui and Lloydy. And, so as a Lions supporter, Carlton did jump us last Saturday, and I was quite impressed the way they were playing, and also the interim coach, Josh Fraser, with 9-2 record. Lloyd, if you're, as a Carlton board member, you should convince Josh Fraser to take the Carlton's coaching job, because Fraser has done a magnificent job since Michael Voss departed.
Yeah,
Should
I think...
Fraser put his hands up this week?
Sorry, Ahmed. Sorry about that.
Yeah, he will. I expect this week. That he said it's coming where I have to make a decision. So you'd expect this week he'll put his hand up and be part of it. Fraser will be in the mix against some other well-credentialed coaches, but he's just what he's done. His body of work's going to have him in there. And yeah, James Hurd, there's four very good candidates. So Jamie Graham, while you're at Fremantle, is this right-hand man to Justin Longmuir. So he's right in the mix to coach Essendon, but he's also in the Carlton mix as well. Mark McVeigh, who's an ex-Essendon teammate of mine, who's been a 10-year assistant coach at Sydney and the Giants. He's right in the frame as well, along with a guy, Murray Davis from Brisbane and Adelaide, two powerful clubs, and James Hurd.
Are Essendon taking too long to make this decision?
I think they're just about getting there. I think in the next couple of weeks they'll have their coach. They've taken their time, but now you're getting to a point where if you want to attract players to your club, they want to know who the coach is. So it is getting to that point there. They might have missed the boat, honestly, because players will have made decisions by now. But yeah, that decision will be made before list decisions and trades and things like that.
Will Essendon supporters and the club as a whole ever get over it unless James Hurd gets another go?
That has been said a lot, and there'll be many who don't get over it, but the club can't worry about that. They've just got to back themselves and just sit there and say, okay, they'll get a gut feel of who that right person is.
And the longer it takes, is it the less likely James Hurd is going to get the job?
I hope not. I think, again, the process has been they've had an initial chat, just a general chat, and now this week is a full-blown presentation where you present how you think the team will play, the list, the whole package of how you see the football club and who you might bring with you as staff, all those sorts of things each of those four men have to present with, and a decision should be made in the next couple of weeks or so.
And you often hear that clubs say that was the presentation that blew them away. So you would expect those four then to, and James will go with the rest of them and do the same presentation?
That's right, and you suspect that they go in with a favourite or so from how they feel, but then... Again, I remember it's been a Jimmy Bartell, and Adam Kingsley probably went in. He wasn't going to be the one that was going to get it, but he came out of it as the one that was going to get it. Stephen King, likewise. Yeah. So
worked out well.
Who knows which way it'll go.
That's right. Let's go to Peter. Hi, Peter.
Look, can I just start by saying I think the Carlton football players are a disgrace. They played a fair part of the season under Michael Voss, and they underperformed. Because maybe a few of them didn't like the coach. There was maybe controversies. You know what, guys? How about this? Here's an idea. The supporters who turned up every week, who pay your wages, they're the ones you should be playing for, not just the coach. And magically, this new coach turns up, and then the button's turned on. All of a sudden, wow.
Peter, have you ever had a boss you haven't enjoyed working for? I'm just asking you, have you ever where you felt a bit flat and you just didn't feel he was behind you or that things weren't being run properly. Like, I've been part of that and I haven't felt good.
Hopefully not here, Lloydy.
No, not here. I had Kevin Sheedy for 13 years and I loved turning up for him and playing for him.
Yeah.
And I had a guy by the name of Matthew Knights who I felt just wasn't in my corner, and I didn't feel great about myself, and my confidence was low and I performed poorly. So I'm just saying that it's not that simple. The players weren't trying in that situation. It's just who gets the environment is critical.
Well, you've spoken a lot, and Peter Lloydy talks about above the shoulders,
Yeah,
right?
exactly right. It's the environment that the senior coach creates, which it was a tense environment, and now this is a relaxed one where they're flourishing.